Good day and welcome to Westchester Talk Radio, westchestertalkradio.com. I'm John Marino, and we are made possible by, produced by Sharc Creative. That's Sharc with a C, not a K. You see the big Sharc Creative orange and blue logo on the wall behind me, and we are made possible by our good friends over at Entergy, the Indian Point Energy Center. They are supporting our communities through April of 2021. Lipolis Electric. Don't be left in the dark. Get Lipolis. And Hightower Westchester. At Hightower Westchester, they manage your wealth to a fiduciary standard. We are joined here today on our isolation therapy series here at Westchester Talk Radio by the general manager of the Salem Golf Club in North Salem, the northeastern end of the county of Westchester, right at the Connecticut border line, by Angelisa DeSantis, the general manager of the Salem Golf Club. Angelisa, thank you for joining us here on Westchester Talk Radio. And I know we are moving into November now. Seems to me a great time of the year to get out there and play some golf.
Absolutely. Besides today, definitely a great time. We're offering, if you sign up for 2021, you get the whole rest of the 2020 season as well to play for free. So
the last couple of months of the year for free if you signed up now for 2021?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would pass up that deal? Wow.
Not many.
Now, I've been at the course for different events. Westchester Talk Radio has hosted events at the Salem Golf Club that I've been part of. And you see just the way it's laid out, the spaciousness. It's like a typical Westchester golf course, very hilly, but I think it has the added attraction of location. And in retail, location is everything. Location. To be tucked away where it is in this bucolic corner, real horse country of the county, right near the Connecticut line. You got Reading and other parts of Connecticut right next to you there. And I think that's an advantage to you to be out in the open spaces as opposed to maybe a course further south. You could be, let's say, along the Springbrook Parkway and be at a course where you're isolated, but it's a bit more urban around you.
Absolutely. Yep. We got everyone from all different counties, New Fairfield County. We have members from Brewster, Contona, Dutchess County. We're pretty well out there. So that's a great deal for us. Great.
As you say, you have people come from all over, and we are not only Westchester, but Fairfield, Putnam, and Dutchess County Talk Radio, too. So you are an amalgam of what we do and what you do, too, all brought together as one. Give us a little bit of your personal background and how you got to become the general manager of the Salem Golf Club.
So I used to work at Trump Hudson Valley, decided to go into medical, hated it, and decided I want to get back into hospitality. Started here as food and beverage last season, and I got promoted in July of this year, July 21st, as general manager.
Now, you have a family history of working in hospitality, right?
Absolutely. Family, all of my family have owned restaurants throughout the years ever since I was born. So I grew up in this business, for sure.
How does working in a restaurant correlate to running a golf club? I guess a lot of what you do, customer service, is the same.
Absolutely. Basically, making sure the members' full experience is the best they can have, and tending to anyone's needs, making them all feel comfortable in that homey state. And I'd say that's one of the greatest features that sets us apart from other clubs is we are a big family here.
What are some of the problems that you might come across in your role as the general manager or as you work your way up at the Salem Golf Club? Certain things that you've seen that you've just run with it, grabbed the bull by the horns and corrected, or things that can happen in general, maybe at any golf club?
Of course. I mean, last minute changes, orders of members, it's just basically taking the bull by the horns and going with it. It's not, you got to think quick on your feet, party comes, told me 70 people, but 100 show up. What do? We set up and we got to get the kitchen prepped and everything of that sort, just to make sure that we are on top of things and making sure everybody's enjoying their time here, for sure.
Out there on the golf course, out there on the links, do you get anybody who plays out there and comes to you and says, come on, Angelisa, you got to change the pin placement on 12?
Yeah, I tell them to talk to our lovely superintendent, Tom Reyes, which, he does a great job and very well listener. He loves to listen to our members' inquiries and do what he can to make them happy. But yes, we deal with, mini drama, as I like to call it. but we always bounce back and we do what we can to make the members happy.
Do you change the pin placements or other features of the different holes with some frequency? Or do you set it up in a way where somebody comes 3 months in a row, he sees the same thing, all of a sudden
they change every day. Every day they change. That's it. New style of playing every day.
There is something different that you do every day, a different challenge every day out.
Yes, exactly. We challenge our members here every day.
So it's not where you can come and kind of get used to everything, get comfortable, and bring your friends and say, hey, look what I could do on the golf course. You have the advantage of knowing where everything.
Of course, they'll say that if they get a hole-in-one, absolutely. But yes.
How often does a hole-in-one happen at Salem?
I would say close to once a month, honestly. Normally on hole 12, that is our lucky number hole. One of our members, Ted Marshke, just sunk one in last Saturday. So it happens often.
Do you see so many holes in one? What's the special feature about it? Got to be a special feature.
It's a par 3. That's why. It's perfect. That and hole 10, I would say, are the easiest shots to make for the course. But as far as hole-in-ones, definitely.
Have you ever thought about taking the club a step above and maybe trying to get different tournaments hosted at the club?
Oh, yeah, we do tournaments all the time. We'd love to get more outings as well. Tournaments are very popular here. I think we have too many, actually, and we should cut back on them to make them more exciting and, get the competition up throughout our membership.
What tournaments have you hosted?
We do our member guest. We do our member. We started one last year, which was a Sadie Hawkins one where the women asked the men to golf. That was a fun one. We have our men's committee, and then we have our women's committee, the SWGA, and the Salem Golf Club men's committee. Charity events as far as we do a Play for Pink. We just did an outing for Support Connect, which is breast and ovarian cancer awareness. Any sort of event we could do to raise awareness for any medical condition is definitely key for us.
And I know some of the events people come from, groups and organizations come from a distance to be able to be part of the Salem Club and to have you host for them. What's the real attraction, the drawing attraction to get so many different people from so many different venues and different areas to come to Salem?
Main attraction is definitely the rolling hills and the architecture, the old world rural elegance here. It's an old school farmhouse that's been updated. So it's really a great feeling when you step into the clubhouse. You kind of go backwards into time.
I like when you say the rolling hills, because just about every Westchester course has that feature. You got to be in some pretty good shape to walk the hills at Salem too. And if you're not, it'll get you in shape.
Yes, it will. Yep. We actually have one member who has walked all year, and he said he's been in the best shape of his life.
So you do have people who come onto the course every day just to walk, I assume, too.
Yes,
or at least walk around the edges, the rims of the course. Yeah, to be able to do that. Yep. You also, like I said, the bucolic location in northeastern Westchester, horse country, farm country of the county. This time of the year, you have a number of apple orchards right around the area, too, where the family can come, go spend some time picking apples, or maybe go to a petting zoo at an apple orchard or a local farm, and then come over and maybe play a little golf at Salem, too.
Yep, that's the idea. Just enjoying our local surroundings, and family is definitely key here.
Take us through a typical day at Salem Golf Club. Somebody comes in 8 o'clock in the morning. They want to get their day rolling. What might they experience throughout the course of the day?
Well, on the weekends, they'd go see our bartender Julio down at the pool house, halfway house. They'd get a cocktail or get breakfast to start their day, go out for 4 hours in, come up, join us for lunch at the clubhouse, hang out. Depending on the day, they'll watch football or any college ball, baseball, anything of that sports that are allowed right now. And, depending if the wife and kids come and meet them for dinner, they'll stay the whole day.
So basically, it's a one-stop sports shop.
Absolutely.
You can watch everything. You can play golf and watch every other sport at the Salem Club, too, throughout the course of your day.
Yep. And we just got new carts equipped with GPS and radio on them. So those were a nice feature that we gave to our membership.
Do you play golf?
I play mini golf. Yes, I
How
don't.
good are you at that, would you say?
I could sink hole-in-ones all the day on mini golf, but put me out on the course, I'm like a lost dog for sure.
Kind of like me out there. I'd be like, when I go out there, I'm like the guy in the Visa commercial 20 years ago, throw the clubs in the lake, if you remember
Yeah,
that.
that would probably be me
That's
as
why
well.
people
Happy
have
Gilmore
avoided
style.
inviting me at the last number of years.
Exactly.
But it's a competitive sport, and I know a lot of people go out there just to relax and enjoy, but you're a competitor too when you're out there, and what you do on the course matters, obviously. How difficult, we talk about the pars, 74 for men, 72 for women. How difficult is this course to get on out there and shoot?
I would say it's at like a moderate to medium level of, a moderate.
Huh? Yeah. All right, so you got to know your game to be able to get out there, or at least develop a game for this course, which is what a lot of golf is about, developing your game for a specific or particular course. What else can you avail yourself to? You talked about a typical day at the club. If you start out 8 o'clock in the morning, what other features and amenities does the club have if you just don't want to golf but want to come and spend a day?
Sure. So we just put our new pool house in 2018. That came along with a fitness center that we put up on the second floor as well. So you could very well come work out in the morning, then head down to the pool and lounge by the pool all day. We have a children's activity center for the kids to play in if it becomes too much in the sun. Next year, we will be having a children's activity director down there just to keep the kids busy. And so even mom and dad could just relax all day.
Westchester Talk Radio, produced by Sharc Creative. I'm John Marino, and we are made possible by, on our isolation therapy series, by our good friends over at Entergy, the Indian Point Energy Center, supporting our communities through April of 2021. Lipolis Electric, don't be left in the dark. Get Lipolis. White Plains Hospital, special thanks to our friends over at White Plains Hospital, all they've done through the COVID-19 pandemic. Wartburg Healthcare and Rehabilitation in Mount Vernon. Park Sterling Realty in Bronxville. Hightower Westchester, they manage your wealth to a fiduciary standard. And Michael Labriola, Landscape Design and Construction of Armonk, joined by Angelisa DeSantis, General Manager of the Salem Golf Club in North Salem. Angelisa, 2020 has been a difficult year for everyone. It has greatly affected the COVID-19 pandemic, the sports world. How did the Salem Golf Club deal with this pandemic from day one?
So we were shut down for a total of 4 days, I believe. And within those 4 days, that's when Governor Cuomo declared golf non-essential. So after he got all his pushback, he obviously recanted his statement. And we were the busiest we've been. We've gotten 25 new members this season. Wow. And I think a big part of that has to do with people just want to be outside. People want to do things. They want something to do. And that's what we're giving our members. We're hosting whatever events we can for them. We just had a barbecue brews and bourbon night Saturday. We did it all outside on the lawn, had fire pits, had heaters. It just is a great feeling to be able to give back to your members and give them somewhere to go where they feel comfortable enough during this pandemic time.
Now, during the winter months, you talked about heaters at this event. Will you be able to be out there? People can come and dine. You'll have the heaters on, I assume.
Yes, exactly. So we have our upper terrace, which has always been heated. We could put the sides down if we need to, but even with the sides up and the heaters on, it makes very toasty in there. So, and then we got 6 additional heaters back in August because I knew they would sell out very quickly. So we bought those in and we put them on our porch and lower patio. So for lunchtime, they'll be able to still sit out there.
I think one thing people don't think about when they see a restaurant operate outdoors now, and here now into the fall, putting up plexiglass between tables, and even outside you have a lot of plexiglass in the outdoor portions of restaurants now too, people separated, what you're doing, putting up heaters. A lot of people don't realize that there's a major expense invested in by each restaurant, by each facility, by the Salem Golf Club for everything you've done to keep us safe.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the PPE equipment it was very expensive in the beginning and it was hard to get. Bringing in heaters, bringing in, all medical necessities. Anything we need is quite the expense, but our membership is well worth it. And to keep them safe and healthy and make them feel safe and healthy here, that is our biggest priority.
And it's not a matter of just bringing in any equipment. It's bringing in the right equipment. I'm sure you went through a lot with each kind of equipment before you say, this is the right thing. We got to go to this guy to get that.
Absolutely. Yep. It was very difficult finding the right vendors to go through, but we definitely found the right ones, and we're happy to be working with them.
And golf was one of the first sports to come back from a professional standpoint. And we had the whole controversy in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut for a couple of months, who was open, who wasn't open in what state. And people would make the rounds to find an open course in the tri-state area until everybody was open all at once finally. When you play golf, you can social distance. You pretty much have to social distance to play the right way.
Absolutely. Yep. Social distancing it's key with golf. Nobody's hitting their ball to the same location. And if it is, it's still distant. We're doing single cart rides, and we allowed push carts this year along with walking for any member that feels more comfortable not being in a cart.
Now, someone coming to dine at the Salem Golf Club, what might they find on the menu? Tell us about the chefs there, for example.
Sure. We actually have a new chef. His name is Michael, and he has really turned this place around and brought it to a new level of dining. For lunch, you'll find a soup of the day, a homemade chili. Everything here is homemade now. Nothing comes out of a box. Nothing is frozen, which is really nice, and the members definitely appreciate that. You get a crab cake BLT, a salmon platter, a grilled chicken over fresh spinach with baby arugula and tomato. So we're just hitting all the different spots for the food, attending to the vegans here, attending to the vegetarians here. We have a delicious Dr. Prager burger on our menu as well. He's perfecting making it himself, but he hasn't gotten that good yet.
So you have vegan and vegetarian too.
Absolutely.
Which a lot of golfers now are very much into the health aspect of what they do. And you have the golfers who drink 6 protein shakes a day who get out there, and you have those who they think it's best to be trim and slim, so they want that vegan and vegetarian menu. And that's pretty up to date. You can't be any more up to date than that, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say our membership's pretty split with healthy and unhealthy. I mean, we have a burger that basically is a heart attack, in my opinion, but it's, our best seller here. It's called the Salem Burger, bacon cheeseburger with mozzarella sticks, wings, and waffle fries, but they go crazy for it. So it's just tending to everyone's needs.
You do have to indulge now and then, right?
Every now and then, especially on days like today.
Without a doubt. We got a colder, danker kind of a day out there. But to me, it's a great day to get out there and play golf or to do anything outside. Now, I'm a northeastern cold weather guy. I like to do things in this kind of weather. And I know I asked early on about the upcoming winter months and how you might structure what you do at Salem during the winter months. I look at that and I say, this is the kind of place I want to be in January, in February, 3:00 on a Wednesday afternoon, or maybe as the sun is going down 5:00 in the evening on, February 14th, on Valentine's Day, for example. Are you doing anything special for Valentine's Day at the moment that you know of?
Yes, we will be hosting Valentine's Day dinner. We have 2 fireplaces in the clubhouse. As long as everyone feels comfortable dining inside, we will be more than happy to host Valentine's Day dinner.
Now, when you put your menus together, they change day by day?
Every weekend we have a new dinner menu. Yep. We have our standard items that stay, but for the most part, it all changes.
I know places, for example, you go every Monday, it's the same thing. You go every Saturday, it's the same thing. So at Salem, that's not the case. It's be ready to come and experience, because you never know what you might get.
Exactly.
Which is part of the thrill of coming too, obviously.
Yes, everything's fresh, new, all new products. It's a great thing to have interchanging menu for sure.
Now, the way you're putting the menu together, everything made on site, this does cost a lot more too, obviously, to do it.
Absolutely. Yep. In the beginning of the pandemic, they sent out notices that you should buy pre-made food and frozen products and everything of that sort, because it'd be easier to put out with a lesser staff. We just didn't see it that way. We would rather make homemade soup than serve it out of a can.
Which shows to me your dedication, because you're taking the time, making the effort, and spending the money to make sure everybody stays safe in these times. And I think when you do it like this too, it leads to a lot more variety, because if you're a chef, you like to experiment, and you never know what you might come up with might be the next great thing.
Absolutely. You never know.
Now, you have a food preparation background too, correct?
Yes, exactly.
As a chef also?
I did cook with my father at his restaurants. Absolutely.
What's the key, do you think, to being a great chef? What makes it all happen, makes it worthwhile to bring a smile to somebody's face when you know they just dig it?
Yep. You need a lot of patience in a kitchen and just a really creative mind, I think. And you're serving a product that customer is going to be so happy with. Absolutely. That's the best feeling.
Yeah, my mother, being Italian-American, she would always say to me, John, the best cooks are Italian-American males.
Yes.
I said, Ma, I love to eat, but I don't have, and I think you hit the key on the head, what it's about cooking. Patience, the first word that you mentioned. I never had the patience, I don't think, to cook. When people say, yeah, I spent 5 hours over my turkey, it's like, who's got 5 hours to spend over anything, basically? Don't you have to work besides spend 5 hours over a turkey too? Yeah, but that's what the best chefs and the best cooks are all about. That patience, that love, the way you love doing whatever you do in life, the way you love running the Salem Golf Club now as the general manager. If you're a great cook, it all comes from the love of food that helps you put it all together to begin with. As we head towards the end of the year now, and as we head towards the holiday, give us, the way you know it right now, the lineup of things to come, again, right through at least Valentine's Day, since we know about that. Anything beyond that, too.
Yes. Thanksgiving, we don't host here. This year, we're offering dinner to go the day before. We do think it's very important that our employees get to spend time with their family, especially in all this craziness. We will be hosting Christmas Eve here. I would love to host a New Year's Eve party, but we don't know if we could do that either. But whatever we could do, we will do the best we can for our membership and make them feel like they have their home away from home still in the winter.
And Valentine's Day, again, that's set in stone, right?
Yes, that is always set in stone, correct.
And New Year's Eve, I guess it's up in the air now. It's sort of like check back with you, check in with you.
Exactly, yes. We could definitely check back, depending on the rules and regulations, absolutely.
Now, you talked about Thanksgiving picking up the day before. What are the guidelines you have for that? When does your order have to be in?
It has to be in 3 days before the Wednesday before. So all orders must be in by that Monday.
Is it a pretty standard Thanksgiving kind of a menu?
Absolutely. Turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, yams, stuffed mushrooms, a soup, a salad, and then a whole apple pie as well.
It's the kind of menu we would have expected in northeastern Westchester during the days of the Pilgrims, right?
Absolutely.
To me, that's what Thanksgiving's about, no matter where you go, especially in an area like this here. That's what a Thanksgiving is about, the way it was back on day one, way back when. For anyone who'd like to get in touch with the North Salem Golf Club, with the Salem Golf Club in North Salem, and you, Angelisa DeSantis, the general manager, what should one do? Give us the website information, phone number, et cetera, all the contact info you have.
Sure. So our phone number here is 914-669-5485. You can also contact me at angelisad@salemgolfclub.org or visit our website, and you can email us through our info, and that is salemgolfclub.org.
First of all, congratulations to ascending to the post of general manager at the Salem Golf Club, Angelisa DeSantis. We thank you. All the best. I know we're working our way through this pandemic here, our show isolation therapy, and we got the holidays ahead and a lot more great golfing to come at the Salem Golf Club, no doubt about that. Absolutely. Angelisa DeSantis, the general manager, Salem Golf Club in North Salem, we thank you.
Thank you.
Look forward to talking to you again. Thank you. Thank you. Look forward to talking to you again here on Westchester Talk Radio, westchestertalkradio.com. I'm John Marino, and we are here at Westchester Talk Radio, made possible by our good friends over at Entergy, the Indian Point Energy Center. They are supporting our communities right through April of 2021. Lipolis Electric, Don't be left in the dark. Get Lipolis. Hightower Westchester, managing your wealth to a fiduciary standard. White Plains Hospital, special thanks to our heroes there, all they've done throughout the COVID-19 2020 pandemic. Wartburg Healthcare and Rehabilitation in Mount Vernon, Park Sterling Realty in Bronxville, and Michael Abriola Landscape Design and Construction in Armonk. Catch all of our Westchester, Fairfield, Putnam, and Dutchess Talk Radio programming on our YouTube channel, Sharc Creative.